Neal Foulds with me this afternoon. Listen, I don't know how much more we've learned over the course of those last 4 frames, other than we have got a match in our hands and high-quality snooker every step of the way.
Absolutely, and we knew they were good players, but now we know they're very much in form, as you'd expect. You know, the way that the session has gone, the odd mistake has been more significant in a way than all the centuries, because they speak for themselves, the big breaks. It's the frames that you steal, as we saw last night as well, you know, that make the world of difference. Yeah,
and do you think Ronnie will be the happier going in at 4-all?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. 4-2 behind, 2 frames to play. He'd be, you know, kind of thing, if I get one of them, I'm only 5-3 behind. But to get the last one as well, as we're going to see, was a bonus. But Neal Robertson just started off as he left off. You know, in the first 4 frames, very aggressive shot. A little bit of left-hand side to make sure the cue ball doesn't come back to the black cushion. Reds everywhere, you know, creating the chance to go and win the frame at one visit. This was a lovely bit of fortune. Didn't play this. OK, it might have still been on a red if he doesn't hit the brown, but the brown just, he raised his hand. There. Brown just allows him to be perfectly on the red. The next frame, Ronnie was in first. Very tough shot, this. But again, look where the cue ball is. If it goes in, he's won that frame, and it's 3-3. Neal Robertson goes on to win an excellent frame. This is shots that they're great rescue shots. They're a great shot to have in your armoury. If you can pot those blues regularly, you're going to do well. This was a lovely positional shot up and down the table. You know, having to judge the pace correctly. And yeah, 4-2 ahead. He would have been looking to have a lead going into tonight's session. Yeah, and then it's kind of over to O'Sullivan here, isn't it? And he responded so well. I mean, first of all, this red. I mean, he potted it very well. He's so good at locating the key red to get on, and when he gets on this blue, there's obviously a path back to the red's end of the table, but he's gone between the green and brown here. It's a very good shot. Finishes on the red above the black. This is a wonderful positional shot, and I think that just got him motoring, and he made a fabulous break in the end. Everything about this break was typical O'Sullivan, vintage O'Sullivan, if you like. The way they opened the reds up. We hadn't been getting much luck with this week, but you know, he did it there. He got it on the last red for the century. Great breaks. And now, OK, 99. At worst, he could be, you know, 5-3 down. It looked like he was going to be 5-3 down, because this is the moment on 47 where, I mean, he's got the cannon, he's played it quite well. It's hidden behind the red, very significant, made more significant in the end, you know, just by what O'Sullivan did. And the fact that he won this frame, I thought he did it well. You know, he made a very telling clearance last night against Barry Hawkins when he needed it. This afternoon, he knocked in a couple of these in the middle. In the first session of play, when I was on commentary, potted a couple of balls in that middle pocket, including a black. And when that goes in, you know, he looked like he was going to win the frame, and he did. So to get out of that session 4-4, very significant, I think.
Yeah, really important for him to win that final frame there. And for all intents and purposes, it was going to be Robertson that went in ahead, but for that one moment that can turn a frame so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the cue ball control in general from both players today has been excellent. This is an awkward shot, because you've got to judge the cannon. I mean, look how... We always talk about fractions in this game. The cue ball stops, you know, another couple of rolls, he's on the black, and he's 5-3 ahead. That's the difference we're talking about at this level. And, you know, it remains to be seen when it's all played out tonight how important that will be. OK, let's hear what Ken Doherty has made of that. He's talking to Rob down in the practice room.
Thanks very much, Jill. Do you know what? Sometimes these finals between two greats don't always live up to expectation. But my goodness me, Ken, it has this afternoon. When these two played the final 2 years ago, 3 centuries in 24 frames. Today, we've had 4 in 8 already. It's been outstanding.
Absolutely. Top quality stuff. And I think we're not going to stop there. There's going to be a few more centuries. You can guarantee that tonight as well. Quality snooker from both players, and Neal Robertson, as the lad said in studio there, will be a little bit perturbed that he doesn't have a lead going into tonight. But what a clearance from Ronnie O'Sullivan. I know he's been, you know, agitated about his cue this week and not 100% confident in it, but some of the shots and some of the clearance last night against Barry Hawkins, and indeed that clearance in that last frame, was just top quality.
He's showing exactly the kind of form that he's done in 4 finals already this season. We know he hasn't won any of them, but I think he looks pin sharp, the Rocket.
Yeah, he does. I don't think he's completely at ease with himself. And particularly, I think when you've got problems with your cue and it's in your head, some of the long shots catch you out. He was only sort of 50% with his long putts today, but he got the important ones. And the black that he rolled in, you know, he's got the confidence to produce clearance after clearance, year after year, and particularly big clearance. And that was another one in that last frame. Big difference between 5-3 and 4-all, of course, you know.
He's had to play a lot more snooker than Neal Robertson to get to this final. Do you think mental fatigue and concentration might play a factor this evening if it gets very close?
No, not at all. Ronnie O'Sullivan is one of the fittest players, if not the fittest player on the circuit. He runs like 8 or 10 miles a day. If it was one of us in the studio, probably, yeah, but not for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's as fit as a flea, and I'm sure he'll come out. I'm just really looking forward and excited about tonight because we could have another final that could go all the way. Both players playing at very, very high standard of snooker, and it's great to watch.
Ken, you've won some massive matches. Give us your instinct and take the splinters out. Don't sit on the fence.
Well, listen, I got myself into trouble when I said O'Sullivan was already in the final. So I'm just going to say, let's enjoy the final. It's going to go right down to the wire. 10-8, 10-9, either way.
Let's hope so. Jill, the first time these two ever played a competitive match, it was here in Wales at the Welsh Open, and it went the distance. Let's hope so again tonight.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. I hope Al remembers he's working later on as well, busy in the practice room there behind them. Just a reminder, coming up after the